H.G. roasts Andrew Tate. Hello, valuable viewer. Allow me to introduce you to Talking Toe and the spectacle that is Emery Andrew Tate III, a man who struts across the digital stage like a peacock convinced that it's an eagle, all feathers and fury, but bereft of any true flight. Tate, or Top G as he brands himself in a fit of grandiose delusion, is a veritable buffet of hypocrisy, unpleasant and rampant narcissism, seasoned with a hefty dash of idiocy that would make even the most tolerant observer wince. Today, he comes before me for roasting, not with the crude flames of mere insult, but with the surgical precision of truth, drawing upon the topical facets of his life to expose the rot beneath his Bugatti-polished facade. Let us begin with the core of Tate's being, his narcissism, that bloated, insatiable beast that devours all reason in its path. Tate's grandiosity is not subtle. It screams from every pixelated rant, every cigar-puffing selfie, every boastful tweet about his fleet of supercars, 33 of them, as he so childishly bragged to Greta Thunberg in 2022, only to be hilariously owned by her retort about small dick energy. One might think a man who claims unmatched intellect would recognize the folly in such displays, but no. Tate's need for fuel, that narcissistic lifeblood drawn for admiration, outrage alike, blinds him to the absurdity. He positions himself as the Top G, a self-anointed god among men, preaching from his Romanian mansion, chosen, he admitted, for its lax laws on corruption and assault, about escaping the Matrix. Yet what is this Matrix but a convenient scapegoat for his own failings? In his world, it's not exploitative webcam scams or trafficking allegations that doom him. It's a shadowy cabal out to silence the truth-teller. Narcissists like Tate thrive on this victim grandiosity hybrid. They fear me because I'm too powerful, he whines, even as he allocates $400 million in 2025 to sue Meta, TikTok, and every critic under the sun, claiming it's for all the good men out there. Good men? Spare me. This is the cry of a man who lashes out with lawsuits to maintain control, all the while decrying censorship. His recent ex-post from August of 2025 rant about allocating fortunes to battle the Matrix and insisting he'd never kill himself reeks of paranoid grandiosity, a narcissist convinced the world that revolves around his persecution. Tate's life is a masterclass in self-contradiction, a walking paradox that would baffle even the most forgiving philosopher. Consider his conversion to Islam in October 2022, announced with viral videos of him praying in a Dubai mosque, earning nods from scholars like Mufti Menk. A notable pivot from atheism to faith, one might think, until you recall his pre-conversion rants, labelling women as intrinsically lazy and the property of men. Here he is, post-conversion, still peddling the same misogynistic drivel. In 2023, he doubled down on women belonging in the home and sharing blame for their assaults. He tithes £16,000 monthly to the Romanian Orthodox Church before then switching faiths, flaunting piety while his war room, a secretive $8,000 entry club exposed by the BBC in 2023, teaches grooming techniques to manipulate women into sex work. Members learn to test loyalty by isolating girlfriends, tattooing them with property of Tate, and using psychological coercion. Tate preaches high-value men avoiding promiscuity, yet boasts of multiple girlfriends and a webcam empire built on scamming desperate callers with fake sob stories. As he admitted in leaked chats, the goal is to control. The real goal is for her to agree to never go anywhere without me, not even her hometown. I need her working. In 2025, amid UK charges of rape and trafficking from 2012 to 2015, he sues platforms for character assassination, claiming innocence, while his past videos show him bragging about exploiting Romania's corruption to evade consequences. He rails against lying women ruining men's lives, yet his own accusers, 4 in the UK civil suit alleging throat-grabbing, gun threats and belt assaults, face harassment from his friends. The civil trial, moved forward to summer 2026 by a judge very keen to get on, underscores the gravity. Tate, of course, denies it all as gross fabrications, but the evidence and his history paints a different picture. Topicality demands we delve into his 2025 escapades, where Tate's unpleasantness blooms like a toxic flower. Fresh from house arrest in Romania, extended amid expanded probes into trafficking minors, money laundering and witness tampering, he jets to Florida, denying all while launching lawsuits against Meta and TikTok for banning him in 2022. Coordinated character assassination, he calls it, allocating $400 million to fight for the people who've been lied about. This from a man whose Hustlers University, relaunched as The Real World, suffered data breaches in 2024, leaking 1 million users' info. Users he lured with promises of wealth via cryptocurrency, e-commerce and dropshipping, only to trap them in a cult-like echo chamber. Former member Kareem Mahmood, in a 2024 Vice expose, described 12 to 16-hour days editing Tate promo videos, isolated from family, swallowing his hyper-capitalist misogynistic ideology until escaping the get-rich-quick cult. Tate's meme coin, Daddy, in 2024 hit $217 million market cap, pumped by his hype, only for critics like CoffeeZilla to be doxxed and bombarded with homophobic abuse from his fans. Unpleasant? Well, it's his brand. In March 2025, he appeared in Romanian court for speeding 90 miles per hour and, of course, claimed that the radar was calibrated incorrectly and he couldn't afford a £300 fine, despite his boasted billions. The judge's eye roll was palpable. Meanwhile, UK prosecutors approved 21 charges. Andrew faces 10, including rape and bodily harm. His brother, 11. Allegations span coercing women into prostitution, assault and trafficking. Tate's response, more ex-rants about good versus evil, insisting he's happy to go broke beating the Matrix. Yet his charity posts, distributing food packs in refugee camps via proxies, is simply calculated fuel gathering, a thin veil over the nastiness. Speaking of nastiness, Tate's idiocy is a bottomless well from which he draws endlessly. This too-smart-to-read fool, yes, he actually said that, dismisses books as a waste of time because his brain is far too advanced, and peddles conspiracy theories with the fervour of a flat earther at a globe convention. The Matrix isn't just a metaphor. For Tate, it's literal. Governments, media, the system, plotting against alpha males like him. In 2025 Expos, he claims raids and solitary confinement were to steal his money so he couldn't expose them. Evidence? There wasn't any. It was just bluster. His business idiocy shines in the webcam total scam, where he employed 75 models to fleece callers, admitting in leaks, "I exploit broken society. It's how I make money with webcam girls." Rather than just get on with it, he cannot help but feel the need to boast and brag about what he does. Therefore, as with so many narcissists of his ilk, give them enough rope and they'll hang themselves. He preaches accountability and discipline, urging followers to raw action solves everything, while his empire crumbles under legal weight. His views on women only go to reinforce his idiocy. If you're cheating on a woman, tell her. If she continues to be a problem, the only step is to use force. Hit her. Videos from 2017 show him explaining pimping. You keep the girl despite keeping all the money and make her do something she doesn't want. Lauren Southern's 2018 allegation, he strangled her unconscious after she resisted advances, adds grim context. In 2025, Brianna Stern sued for sexual assault via erotic asphyxiation. Let us weave in examples with his life to craft more of this roast. Picture Tate the kickboxer, 76 wins, 32 knockouts, retiring as King Cobra. Impressive? Perhaps, but narcissism twisted into legend. He parlayed fame into casinos, bribing officials during the pandemic, until he couldn't. UK police in 2025 seized £180,000, his Aston Martin Valhalla, for deposit for tax evasion on £20 million worth of revenue. Not justice, he cries, but it's the fruit of his idiocy. Hypocrisy in his family, preaches loyalty, yet exploits his brother in schemes. His father, chess master Emery Tate, might weep at the son's intellectual laziness. Tate's 2022 Big Brother stint, ejected after a video surfaced of him belt-whipping a woman. Edited, he yells, but the pattern holds. Entertaining? Watch him in debates, calm agitation, ad hominems, but there's no intellectual substance. On Joe Rogan, he angles for an invite in 2025. On X, he replies, "Let's go," But Rogan knows better than to platform this fool. Unpleasantness abounds in his influence. Schools in 2024 reported boys parroting Tate, calling girls users who belong in the kitchen. UK counter-terrorism flagged his radicalisation risk. He decries cancel culture while banning critics from his platforms. Ever the hypocrite. In Reddit threads, users call him out. He makes millions from pump and dump schemes, uses your money for cars, manipulates markets. Semantic searches reveal posts labelling him the biggest hypocrite. Imagine that. Not so much top G, but instead the biggest hypocrite. Exploiting women while preaching alpha status. His 2025 speeding denial. Can't afford £300 amid billionaire boasts. His views on time. Being late shows lack of cognition. I exile you forever. Yet he's perpetually late to self-awareness, arriving in 2025 still denying charges as 4 women sue for abuse. Imagine Tate in court, cigar in hand, claiming the Matrix calibrated the radar wrong. His Thunberg feud, boasting emissions arrested days later via pizza box geolocation. Poetic idiocy. Tate is a narcissistic farce. Hypocritical in faith and finance, unpleasant in abuse and exploitation, idiotic in theories and tactics. His life, a kickboxer turned pimp turned grifter turned defendant, certainly serves as cautionary comedy for this roasted individual.